So good afternoon, everyone. I first want to thank you for stepping up to the plate and helping us make this the best HR Florida conference ever. This year, we're filling more than 350 volunteer slots, translating to more than 650 volunteer hours. Put another way, our volunteers are doing the job of almost 28 full-time people over the course of 3 days. Thank you for doing your part. Most of you should have already received your volunteer assignments. For those who have not, we'll be reaching out to you shortly. If you have any questions during today's presentation, please use the chat function on the left, and we will get you a response, or I will take questions at the end. Replays of this webinar will be available later today. If you're listening to the recorded version of this webinar, you should be able to pause the presentation as needed. We hit the ground running fast and furious on Sunday morning. We offer a variety of pre-conference sessions and our first volunteer shifts beginning at 8 a.m. The pre-conference sessions are advanced registration only, and registration and the Sherm store will also be opening in the late afternoon. As we go through the daily schedule, you'll notice some items in red. These events use scheduled volunteers. As you'll see, we impact just about every part of the HR Florida conference schedule. Monday is our first official day of conference. Be aware that our registration desks are the busiest on Monday morning. So if you're able, I suggest picking up your materials on Sunday night. Monday is chock full of exciting opportunities to expand your knowledge base and meet new friends. Taking a look at the schedule, I think I'm looking forward to the Monday night social in the Bonnet Creek Pavilion. I hear it's going to be pretty awesome. Tuesday, your feet may be hurting, but we're not slowing down. More great content from more great subject matter experts. And for you early birds, let us know if you make it to Hula Fit. In addition to our concurrent sessions, make sure you check out the discussions and offerings. These are great small group table talk sessions around a specific subject. And don't forget the Tuesday night grease party. Break out your best grease outfit and join us for a party that's 70 years in the making. It's going to be epic. Even though the curtain falls on the 2017 HR Florida Conference on Wednesday, as you can see, there's still a lot to do. I hope you can stay with us through the end. If you've not already done so, make a note to go and download the 2017 HR Florida Conference app. The app has tons of information on the conference. We'll also push any last-minute updates and surprises through the app that you don't want to miss. You can download the app through the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Just search for HRFL 2017. Now that you have a basic overview of the conference and some of the many events that take place, here are some things that we'd like you to specifically know as it relates to our volunteers. This year, our t-shirt will match our grease theme. We do ask that our volunteers wear the designated volunteer shirt during each of your volunteer assignments. This helps our conference attendees identify you as a resource for guidance or information, and that you're awesome. This is a good reference in general for those of you that are tracking your steps. You'll definitely be getting in all of those steps during this conference. So you might want to wear some comfortable shoes. Your feet will thank you for it. And lastly, even though the forecast is calling for temps in the upper 80s, sometimes our session rooms may be a little chilly, so you may want to bring a sweater or a jacket. Volunteer check-in will take place in the DeSoto room on the bottom floor. As you come off the escalator, you'll come up around the corner. We're just across from the citrus room. Our office will be staffed from early in the morning until late in the afternoon for most of the conference. In the event no one's available, we'll leave our contact information on the door. Feel free to stop by anytime with any questions. Also, on occasion, we might have some volunteer slots open up. We can let you know if there are any available when you stop by. This conference could not happen without the support of our volunteers. No matter the part, each one of you play a starring role. Each conference volunteer will receive a volunteer shirt and a small gift as a token of our appreciation. Please, please, please check in at the volunteer check-in room no later than 15 minutes prior to the start of your assignment. This allows us to make sure that each session and function is adequately covered. And if you have more than one assignment, we ask that you check in 15 minutes prior to each assignment. I forgot to do introductions at the beginning, so I'll do it now. My name is Troy Clements, and together with Jenna Dobbins, we are leading the volunteer efforts for our 2017 conference. Chances are, if you're listening to this webinar, you've already registered to volunteer. If you haven't and would like to volunteer, please visit the HR Florida website or visit the link on the screen. We have made every effort to assign you to the volunteer assignments you identified during your volunteer registration. However, we might have needs, just a little more needs in other areas that we need to assign you to. Thank you for your willingness to serve in these areas. If this is a problem, please let us know. And lastly, we have a great deal of the schedule complete. We've been in touch with the majority of you as we're working through the schedule. If we haven't contacted you yet, don't fret. We'll be in touch shortly. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email. I wanted to give you a quick rundown of the roles and responsibilities of our volunteer positions. I once had a leader who said, "Blessed are the flexible, for they won't be bent out of shape." As things pop up throughout the week, please bear with us if we need to make any adjustments. On Sunday, we'll have our attendee bag stuffing. This is a 4-hour assignment, and this is where you'll stuff all of the bags that our attendees get at registration. There's flyers, inserts, small gifts from our sponsors, and we kind of make a big assembly line. Because this is a behind the scenes and before the start of the conference, dress comfortable. Shirts and t-shirt are fine. Comfy shoes are a must. I'll probably still be wearing flip-flops. It is Florida after all. Next, we have our room moderators. Our room moderators introduce our speaker during our breakout sessions. We'll give you the speaker bio and standard introductory information that we'd like you to present at the beginning of each session. In addition, we'll give you talking points for the close of your session, as well as a gift to present to our speaker. Each of these sessions are assigned at random, and we just ask that this is a great volunteer opportunity because you won't miss out on a session or credits. Lunch. Our lunch operations support volunteers serve a great function. We'll have 2 different lunch sessions on both Monday and Tuesday as we provide lunch to all of our attendees with a ticket. The volunteers who serve in this area will take tickets for lunch, answer questions, and direct any foot traffic. HR Florida has a booth in the Expo Hall. Volunteers with this assignment answer attendee questions who visit this booth. Since most of the questions are typically related to HR Florida or to our chapters across the state, this volunteer assignment is typically assigned to our council members. Our Sherm Bookstore Setup and Breakdown Group. The Sherm Bookstore is one of the most well-attended attractions at our conference and boasts a wide selection of books and resources to choose from. This assignment is before the conference and after the conference ends, but at the before, it's opening boxes of books and setting them out on display, and at the end, it's packing them up so that we can send them to their next conference. Although this position isn't strenuous, it is a bit more physical. From personal experience, I'd wear closed-toed shoes. Our bookstore is open during the entire conference and has 1 or 2 designated SHRM representatives working in the bookstore at all times. Our SHRM bookstore volunteers, because of the popularity of the bookstore, will help with answering questions, assisting guests with checkout, restocking shelves, and just providing some general information. For past attendees, the Foundation fundraising raffle, this was the silent auction. However, for 2017, we've updated this effort to be a ticket-based drawing. Volunteers on this assignment will be selling tickets that attendees can put in a bucket for prizes that they want a chance to win. Volunteers will also be answering questions on how the fundraiser works, the SHRM Foundation, or any of the wonderful prizes available. Our Expo Hall greeters stop at the front door of the Expo Hall. Our Expo Hall is a hopping place with all of our wonderful sponsors ready to answer questions and help our attendees with their products and services. Volunteers for this assignment simply greet our attendees as they enter the Expo Hall and ensure that they have their attendee name badge visible to make sure that only those authorized to enter do so. Remember, this position is all about smiling, welcoming, and greeting. Our general session greeters are pretty much our friendly door guards and provide great first impressions. As you know, our general sessions are high energy, fun sessions, but we try to open the doors at a specific time. So we ask our volunteer door greeters to ensure attendees do not enter the general session early. And they also make sure that those who do enter have an attendee badge. Once again, it's important to smile, be friendly and welcoming, and set that first impression for a top-notch attendee experience. Our conference is a big success because of our speakers. All of the speakers check in a designated location, and this is where they get information on where their session is, along with some extra information. A conference team member is always there as a primary lead, but our volunteers provide important operational support. Our welcome team and greeters at registration, they add to our attendee experiences because our attendees love having volunteers available to welcome them and answer their questions with a smile. In addition, this year we also have a few directional volunteers to make sure that our attendees can get a lay of the land, both above and below. Our book signing team will help out with author support. At various times throughout the conference, we provide opportunities for our attendees to get books signed by authors. We need volunteers to assist with these many events, to oversee the operations, support the author, and answer questions for guests waiting to get their books signed. And that's pretty much an overview of all of our volunteer positions and roles. We're so excited that you guys have taken the time out of your conference to volunteer to help make this an over-the-top experience for all of our guests. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot an email to jenna.dobbins@hrflorida.org, and we'll get back to you just as soon as possible. At that point, I will go ahead and take any questions that anybody has.